Sometimes you just have to do it. You just have to make it happen, and Call of Duty is a series full of weapons. There's probably more than 300 or 400 of them at this point, not counting Call of Duty Modern Warfare coming this year, but that doesn't mean they're all created equal. Now, I have done this list in the past, but it was a community-driven list. Today, it is my personal list. What is up, everybody? Chaos here. Welcome to the COD History Series. This is a bigger, better list, and my countdown for the top 20, not top 10, top 20 best guns in Call of Duty. Now, for this list, we aren't going to be looking at fan favorites or the ones with the biggest followings, but rather the guns that were simply the best and most effective. So be sure to let me know which one you're thinking is going to be number one and which one I missed, because I'm sure I'm going to, and let's get into it. At number 20 is the VMP in Black Ops 3. An extremely heavily used SMG from Black Ops 3, one of the first weapons you unlock in the multiplayer. It was fast firing, pretty easy to control, and it had very forgiving range to make it a super versatile weapon overall. It was eventually nerfed to make it more in line with the rest of the weapons sandbox, but it is still easily deserving of a spot on today's list, and it's a good way to kick this video off. At number 19, the ACR 6.8 in Modern Warfare 3. Now, the Modern Warfare 2 version is one of the most infamously powerful weapons in COD history, and you would think that Infinity Ward would have learned their lesson for the next game, but nope. The Modern Warfare 3 ACR was once again extremely powerful, fast-firing, easy to control, making it one of the most used guns in the game and a fan favorite, just like its older brother, and I'm very curious to see how strong the ACR version of Call of Duty Modern Warfare is. This month's giveaway is for a brand new PlayStation 4 console. All you have to do to enter is like the video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, turn on those notifications, and tweet me why you want to win it with your Twitter handle included. Next up is the MTAR-X in Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, you don't really hear a lot about standout weapons from Call of Duty Ghosts, mainly because it was a relatively well-balanced game, but there's no denying how popular the MTAR was. This fast-firing SMG dealt a juicy 40 damage up close with a 1.3 times headshot multiplier, and it would kill in 4 shots from any distance. It made it one of the most versatile guns in the game, and one of the most used, if not the most used, gun in competitive play. At number 17, the MV4 in Infinite Warfare. Hands down the most commonly used gun in IW, the MP4 was basically a futuristic version of the M4A1 assault rifle, so you know what to expect. Moderate fire rate, good damage, good range, and a very little recoil. However, due to the fact that it was the first gun you unlocked in the multiplayer and it was severely outclassing almost everything else in the game, it was the most used, even without any cheesy variants. The MV4 was a top-tier weapon and almost every IW player abused it at one point or another. At number 16, and I love giving this gun love anytime I can, the Commando in Black Ops 1. One of my favorite weapons. It was another M4 type weapon that featured all the usual things you'd expect from it. Like I said, moderate fire rate, good damage, good range, and very little recoil. But there was something about it that just made it feel better than the rest. The Commando was one of the smoothest guns in Black Ops 1 in terms of handling, and if you hit your shot, it was a melt machine. Plus, the firing sound and the reload animation was just icing on an already delicious cake. At number 15, the UMP-45 in Modern Warfare 2. The underrated assault rifle that is in an SMG's body. It was insanely powerful, even by Modern Warfare 2 standards, where everything was insanely powerful, and it would deal an absolute minimum of 35 damage, making it a 3-shot kill from any range without stopping power. The suppressed version of the UMP-45 was a very common sight in Modern Warfare 2, and it also featured one of the best firing sounds in the entire game. Next up is the AK-74U in Black Ops 1. Hands down, the best SMG in the game. It was an extremely hard-hitting weapon that dominated the multiplayer scene. It was a 3-shot kill for up to 20 meters, and it was a maximum of a 5-shot kill. And not to mention, it had a ton of attachments for you to stack on it and make it even better, including a grenade launcher. For some reason, I don't know, that's right, this was an SMG that you could actually put a noob tube on. At number 13, the Meat Grinder, the PPSH in World War II. Easily the best gun in the game. The COD World War II PPSH was very different from the World at War version. This one fired significantly slower and it kicked much less, but it also had more versatile and easier uses. It was the most used weapon in competitive play and was probably in the top 5 most used in pubs as well, thanks to its ease of use as well as the fact that it was unlocked very, very early in the multiplayer scene. And speaking of heavily used SMGs, next up is the ASM-1 in Advanced Warfare. One of the most infamous weapons in COD history, was easily the most popular SMG in Advanced Warfare and undoubtedly the most overpowered. This thing would hit for 35 damage and boasted the longest 3-shot kill range in the entire SMG class, and it also featured a pretty low recoil and a fire rate that increased over time, which would encourage people to just hold down the trigger and spray away, which they absolutely did. So how many times do you think you were killed by the ASM-1, and did you ever get RNG lucky enough to get the Speakeasy? At number 11, the MP40 in World at War. Here's another overpowered SMG, and it was one of the most iconic firearms in the history of warfare, but it was insanely overpowered in COD World at War. It had a pretty slow fire rate, but it would hit for a whopping 59 damage up close, and it would decrease down to 29 damage. It made a 2 to 4 shot kill anywhere, and that was without stopping power. The fact that this gun could get 2-shot kill without headshots or stopping power made it insanely intimidating. When you threw on that round drum mag, well, you had a 64 round mag, and you had the recipe for pissed off COD players. At number 10, the FAL OSW in Black Ops 2. It's not every day that a gun is so powerful and so strong that it actually gets banned completely from competitive play. It was a semi-automatic rifle in Black Ops 2 that was ridiculously powerful even after they tried to nerf it. It would hit for 55 damage up close and 40 damage at range with a 1.2 headshot multiplier, making it a 2 to 3 shot kill from any range on the map. So you go ahead and mix that in with the high fire rate cap and give it to someone with a good trigger finger, and you have one of the most devastating hated guns in COD history. This is one of the only assault rifles to actually be banned from play, and that's crazy. The gun was so good that instead of nerfing it, Treyarch just deleted it from comp. At number 9, you have to be pretty special to be a pistol and get on this list, the B23R in Black Ops 2. Arguably the best pistol in COD history, this 3-round burst handgun was like a pocket M16 as you ran around and deleted people in a split second. This baby hit for a whopping 45 damage up close, which made it capable of a 1-burst kill with some extra change. Now, you had the mobility and the handling speed of a regular pistol, so people would run around just using this as their primary weapon because we had the Pick-10 system in Black Ops 2, and they would go on insane kill streaks. So whatever happened to super badass pistols in COD games like this? At number 8, the Titan in Black Ops 4. Perhaps the most annoying gun in BO4, this LMG perfectly encapsulates the reasons why people hate LMGs in Call of Duty. It has a huge mag, it hits super hard, it's stupidly easy to use, and you can go on long kill streaks with it without really needing much skill or precision. But this isn't a list of the most light guns. It's a list of the most statistically best guns, and if you ask me, the Black Ops 4 Titan is up there. Next up is the BAL-27 in Advanced Warfare. Ball of Duty Advanced Balfare. Whatever you want to call it. It was released in 2014 by by Sledgehammer Studios, and it featured a gun called the BAL-27, an assault rifle that literally everybody used. I think it was on a default class. How many times did I say BAL? This thing was used and abused, and it still is. Number 6, the M8A1 in Black Ops 2. This 4-round burst assault rifle quickly became an iconic firearm to the Call of Duty series thanks to its fast fire rate, reliable damage, insane time to kill, and the fact that you just felt like a total beast running around with it. Now personally, I'm pretty surprised we didn't get an M8 variant in Black Ops 4, but it's probably just a matter of time before it's added to the micro DLC system that's in place. Cracking into the top 5 today, the FAMAS in Black Ops 1, the assault rifle that outperformed SMGs at close range. This thing was one of the most versatile weapons in COD history. It was a beast of a weapon. It dominated the BO1 multiplayer more than any other weapon in the game. Plus, it had a godly firing sound, and it made it sound like you were literally shooting hot, blazing metal. You just sprayed it around, got dozens and dozens of hit markers, and then you got the kills. At number 4, the MSMC in Black Ops 2, arguably one of the most beloved guns in COD history, at least by the pro player standard. It was the go-to SMG for pretty much every competitive Black Ops 2 player, as well as a huge portion of the casual player base. It was reliable, easy to use, and it got the job done better than most other guns in the game. And a lot of people say this is one of the best feeling guns in Black Ops. Well, in Black Ops history, or you could say COD history. This thing just felt right in your hands. At number 3, the M16A4 in Call of Duty 4. One of the most hated assault rifles in any COD game. It was a 3-round burst rifle that could be one bursted. I mean, it was a one burst by default. But then you threw on stopping power, it was a 2-shot kill. Now, I don't know who over at Infinity Ward thought it was a good idea to have a 3-round burst weapon that killed in 2 bullets, but the end result was the M16 becoming the most used gun in the game, thanks to it having the fastest time to kill of any automatic weapon in COD 4. Now, I like a good burst weapon, I can't deny that, but the M16, it was crazy. Actually, it was kind of fun to use because you felt kind of dirty and like you were cheating when you were using it. It wasn't right, but it was fun. At number 2, the ACR in Modern Warfare 2. This infamous assault rifle was one of the most dominant in the game. And keep in mind, this was Modern Warfare 2. Everything was dominant. The ACR fired extremely quickly, had virtually no recoil, hit super hard, and allowed you to laser people from across the map and drop them before they even noticed that they were taking any fire. Now, some people may prefer the Modern Warfare 3 version, but the MW2 version takes the cake in terms of versatility and statistical advantages. And if you ask me, it's the second best gun in COD history. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to drop a like on the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel with post notifications on so you always get alerted when a new video goes up and you can get that elusive first comment. And here we go. I know some of you are not going to agree with me on this, but it's my list. The MP7 in Modern Warfare 3. Arguably the single most overpowered gun in COD history. It was ridiculous. Now, honestly, I have no idea how the gun got past playtesters without anybody saying anything. It fired super fast. It had virtually no recoil. It dealt insane damage, and it had a huge, huge default magazine. The MP7 honestly was like an LMG in an SMG's body. And despite it being a fan favorite, I think we can all agree it was probably way too good. So in my opinion, the Modern Warfare 3 MP7 edges out the ACR in Modern Warfare 2. And to me, it's the single best gun in COD history. You guys let me know where you agree or disagree. This is not an easy list to do, obviously. Let me know one gun that didn't make the list. I'm sure there's plenty that you felt was deserving. Drop a like, make sure you guys are subscribed, ring that little bell, turn on the notifications, check every little box you have to make sure you guys get future videos, and I'll see you soon.